The Gospel according to John, chapter 18. Passage 1. The arrest of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. After saying these words, Jesus went out with his disciples across the Kidron Valley. There was a garden into which he and his disciples entered. Judas, who betrayed him, also knew the place, because Jesus often gathered there with his disciples. So Judas took a cohort and officers sent by the chief priests and Pharisees and came there with lanterns, torches, and weapons. Jesus, knowing all that was going to happen to him, went forward and asked them, "Whom do you seek?" They answered him, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus said to them, "I am he." Judas, who betrayed him, was standing with them. When Jesus told them, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. He then asked them again, "Whom do you seek?" And they said, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus responded, "I told you that I am he. So if you seek me, let these men go." This was to fulfill the word he had spoken. "Of those whom you gave me I have lost none." Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup that the Father has given me?" Let us consider their message. The scene of Jesus' arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane is a moment of great tension and drama. Jesus, although aware of what awaits him, does not flee or hide but instead steps forward to meet those who came to arrest him. Fully aware of his mission, he accepts the will of the Father. Judas, who knew the place where Jesus prayed with his disciples, leads the guards. They come armed as if to apprehend a dangerous criminal, yet it suffices for Jesus to say, "I am he," and they draw back and fall to the ground. This scene shows that even though Jesus seems defenseless, his words carry a power that even his adversaries cannot ignore. Peter, in an impulsive act, draws his sword and wounds the high priest's servant. However, Jesus restrains him. "Put your sword into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup that the Father has given me?" These words reveal the fullness of his obedience and readiness to embrace the suffering that leads to the salvation of the world. Jesus does not fight with violence nor incite his disciples to rebellion but walks the path of sacrifice and love. This scene reminds us that Jesus was not a victim of circumstances but consciously submitted to God's plan. His strength lay not in the use of weapons but in full trust in the Father. It is a call for us to face difficulties not with fear and anger but with faith and peace. In moments of trial, can we trust God as Jesus did? Are we ready to accept His will, even if it leads us down a difficult and demanding path? Jesus shows that true strength lies not in violence but in the willingness to fulfill the Father's will, even when it requires the greatest sacrifice. If you find joy in our conversations, feel free to share them with your friends.